Hi, my dear learners. My dear learners of class 11th. Let us let us look at your first poem line by line, that is photograph. Photograph, as you all of know, that this poem is composed and is written by Shirley Tolson. Let's have a look of the poem line by line and understand the emotion and feelings of this poet, for her own mother, for her mother, who died as many as 12 years ago, on the basis of the information given by this poem. Let's read the poem and understand it line by line. The cardboard shows me how it was when the two girls, cousins, went paddling, each one holding one of my mother's hands, and she, the big girl, some 12 years or so. So see the first, you can say the stanza of the poem, the first part of the poem. Here the poetess or the speaker of the poem looks at a framed photo, looks at an old frame photo in which there are three girls, and the girl in the center is none other than the mother of the speaker of the poem. This photo was taken this photo was taken when she was holidaying or enjoying her sea holiday. She was enjoying her sea holiday with her own two cousins and their uncle. See again, each one holding one of my mother's hands. So she says that the cousin the cousins of her mother were holding the hand of the speaker's mother in the photograph. One girl was standing to her right, the other was standing to her left, holding her hands and posing for the camera, because their uncle was standing right in front of them with his camera ready in his own hand to capture that beautiful moment. The speaker says that the girl in the center is the eldest one and the bigger one. Eldest and the bigger means her cousins were younger to her in age. She was senior to all. She was senior to both of the girls. She says that probably the age of her mother at that time was not more than 12 years old. She was probably 12 years old at that time. She went on a sea holiday, particularly for enjoying herself with her two cousins and her uncle. Let's look at the next stanza of the poem. And the three stood still to smile through their hair. So all the three girls, generally it happens that when we are going to be captured in a camera, we stand still. We stand still with our head absolutely held high, absolutely still. In the same manner, these girls were standing absolutely still. These girls were standing absolutely still, and their long wet hair was loose and flying. At that time they were captured. In the camera. See the next line. At the uncle with the camera, a sweet face. See the just expression or the use of the word a sweet face. The girl or the speaker of the poem says that her mother had a sweet face. It means probably her mother is not with her at present, means probably she has lost her mother. Why? Because she said that sweet face. It means she cannot see that sweet face now. See the next slide. My mother, that was before I was born. So she says that this picture was taken at that time. My mother was 12, many years before she was married and gave me birth. Next, and the sea, which appears to have changed less, washed their terribly transient feet. So here she talks about, here she makes a kind of a comparison of this human life to the nature, to one of a very important element of nature, that is sea. And sea is, to some extent we can say, that is permanent, immortal, whereas our life on this planet is temporary. We are here on this planet for a very short period of time. The sea is as it is, as it was at that time. Her mother, at the age of 12, went for paddling with her two cousins. Her mother grew in age, married, saw lots of up and downs. A time came she became old, and now she is dead for as many as 12 years. But see the sea. The sea is as it is, as it was at that time. See the next line of the poem. Some 20, 30 years later, should look at the snapshot, see Betty and Dolly, should say, and look how they dressed us for the beach. The sea holiday was her past, mine is her laughter. Both wry with the labored ease of loss. So here the girl remembers the memory, or recollect the memory of that time, or of that day. Her mother asked her to look at that picture that was taken at that time. She was enjoying sea paddling. She was enjoying wading through the sea water at the beach with her two cousins and their uncle. She asked her daughter, means the speaker of the poem, to look at the picture with a smile. She laughed. It means that memory was her favorite. That memory was very dear to her. But now, she is dead for as many as 12 years. She is dead exactly for 12 years. And now, she says, she remembers that how did her mother ask her to have a look of her two cousins standing on each side, one Betty and the other Dolly. She even commented, just commented looking at the picture, that how they were dressed by their own parents, particularly for that sea holiday. It means it was pre-planned that they were going to be shot. They were going to be captured in the camera. Now see the second last line of the poem. The sea holiday was her past, mine is her laughter, means that the memory of that sea holiday was past of her mother, sweet past of her mother. And now the smile of her mother, the laugh of her mother is her sweet memory of the past. Both of them suffered a kind of a loss. The speaker's mother suffered the loss of her childhood memory, that sweet memory, and now she has suffered a loss of her mother. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you would have enjoyed this video.